I don't think there's really one story. I think there's like four different stories. I think each of the four main characters has their own story, and they converge in the second half. But I like that each one is kind of doing their own thing for a while.
All their stories come together, and by the end of the movie, it's gone in a completely different direction than you thought it was going to go. When you sit down and you get through the first, six-ish minutes of no dialogue or whatever, you think it's going to be kind of a shoot 'em up western, much like.
Yeah, because how that eventually concludes that sequence. Yeah,
but then by the end of it, it's about kind of like like saving people and creating a town and all this all this kind of grand stuff.
The term revisionist western gets thrown around with this movie, and I don't think that's unwarranted, but I would say this movie in a lot of ways is not really just a love letter to the western genre, but it's like a love letter to the West, like the old West.
Yeah.
Because it's very much how about how that is changing, and I really like movies that do that movies that kind of capture this movie that like we see this Wild West, and we see how it's wild and lawless, but then we also see an auction that's run by a sheriff. We see business dealings, maybe they're illegal business dealings, but there's like a lot of attention paid to like the business side of things. And and we have obviously more and more Western expansion, and like
you have both the lawlessness of the West, but the taming of the West as well.
Exactly.
It's in that era. It's in that era before the true end of the Wild West came in, like the late 1880s, stuff like that.